Well, I see one person besides myself is here. All right, good evening. I certainly hope and pray that all is well. 7 minutes. I've been waiting here 7 minutes. I was about to get off. Hope everyone had a good day today. I don't know about y'all, but this day went by really fast for me. So I'm just making some stuff. I'll show you my favorite incense brand is this. When you see these boxes, Satya. And I say that when you see these boxes because I have seen people say that, okay, this says Champa, that I don't know, like it's a brand out there that looks like this, but it's not this. I don't know. I just know when I see this box, this style of box, Satya, I get it. Okay, and here's another one I got today. These are two that I love incense, and these are two that I saw today for the first time. I've looked them up. This brand has so many different kinds. I used to just think it was Nag Champa, the blue box. I thought that was that, and then I saw more but anyway, it's just endless. Now I like incense. Some incense I don't like. I don't particularly care for how smoky it is and whatnot, but these just burn so nice and they have such a nice, smooth smell. And it just takes you to a whole nother world and realm, I feel like, this particular brand. But there is a brand of incense that, believe it or not, I've gotten from like the corner stores. And I got a money one, and I promise every time I burn that money incense, and from the corner store, every time I burn that money incense, I said I get some money. And I laughed. I said, I guarantee you, when you go into some of these stores, these gas stations and whatnot, every incense they're burning it for money. So they have an increase in customers and whatnot. I was like, I just got to ask them, what's that you burning? But anyway, so years ago, I went on this like holistic type thing, right? Holistic health journey thing, right? I was always kind of into it, but what I had done, I don't know, my daughter might have been, I always gauge everything by her age. She might have been like about 5 or 6 years old. So I went on, so she was 20, so about 14 years ago. I went on this holistic health journey thing. So what I did was I got me had a Reiki session. I had a hypnotherapy session. I had a session and a couple more things, but I can't remember. A level 1 Reiki certification. And I kind of accidentally slipped onto that. What happened was I kept hearing about Reiki. And I was like, well, what is it? So I looked up, but I still wasn't really clear. So I saw, I don't even remember how I found this. I saw online a Reiki something or other. I thought it was just going to be like a little session to teach us what Reiki was, but no, it was to get the Reiki 1 certification. So I went, and the lady who conducted it, she was a Reiki master, and she had whatever you need to do the certification or whatever. And we started going through, and I said, I thought this was just a class on just to learn about Reiki, And she said, oh no, you all gonna get certified today. I was like, okay. So I do have that, and I really liked it. It just kind of put me in the minds of in a Pentecostal church. I was like, oh, the more she talked and I listened, and laying on the hands and healing, for healing service, like in the church, that's what they would do. These services, they lay hands on people who were hurt, who weren't well, and they would get well, get better. They would be healed. And I said, that's what it sounds like. To me, that's how I equated it with what I knew. But I did and I didn't really practice it like that. I did do some Reiki, from just that level, okay, on some people. But in terms of all-out practice, I didn't. I did have a hypnotherapy practice, though. I did get certified in that, and I did have that practice for a while. I was in an office on Lee Road, for those of you who are familiar, in Cleveland Heights, over there by the library. But the building is still there, but they're completely redoing the building, and everything is right by a gas station. But anyway, so there's that. So last night, when I was getting ready for bed, I feel like unless you have well, I'm not going to say that you can't work with people if you haven't experienced some of the things that they are experiencing. I'm not going to say that. But there are some things that I feel like after things that I experience and feel and things that are projected my way, it's just kind of like some things, like when you go to help people, like in a helping profession, I guess you could call it, you may not know exactly how a person feels. So last night, I was getting ready for bed, and there was this overwhelming sense that came over me of hopelessness is not even a word. Okay. I have felt that before, but it was like, I had to really work to remove that energy because it was being projected towards me, because it just came up out of the blue. And I want to say, be aware for yourselves when that kind of thing happens. Know who you are, know how you feel, know what's happening in your life, know yourself. And sometimes things are being projected at you, not on purpose. Not that a person is, I want this person, however they project that shit onto you, okay? But maybe because that person is thinking about you, maybe because whatever they're dealing with, whatever, you're in it in their mind in some way, shape, or form, or maybe not, none of that. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe it's just God, the universe, whatever, letting you know. Just like, when you feel like you thought you have a thought about someone. Like one thing Lady Raised told me years ago, if you're thinking about someone, try to give that person a call, reach out to them. But anyway, there was this overwhelming feeling and sense of, I'm hearing words dread and doom. Okay. But I don't think it was, like I said, I can't really qualify it as hopelessness. It was a feeling that somebody was absolutely ready to take themselves up out of here. Okay. I can't say who and all of that type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? Nor would I, even if I could. Okay. But I was like, wow. I remember one time Bobby Hemmett was talking, doing a lecture, and he was talking about how he, I don't know if he was meditating. I think so. I can't remember what caused him to to do this, but he said he felt the feeling of just being completely alone. Just like no one there. Not like alone, nobody loves me, I'm all by myself in the world. No. Yeah, like literally there's no one else here walking the earth or in this, realm, in this world. And how heavy that was. Okay. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Let's see. So anyway, I yeah, felt that, and I mean, like, wow, that was some powerful shit. It was beyond the whole idea of feeling hopeless. I mean, because at the time, when I feel these things sometimes, just in life, period. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is these overwhelming feelings, or just period. Sometimes I'll sit and allow myself to feel it. Sometimes I might analyze it. Okay. So that was my thought. Like, this is like powerful. This is like what you would call, what they might call in church, like a stronghold. This is not something easily shaken, something I never felt before. Okay. It was almost like it was beyond, like I said, I heard dread and doom, but it was like more than that. I can't really describe it. I just remember, like, it wasn't a thing of, oh, I'm not needed anymore, let me jump on out of this world. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. It was just like, I'm hesitating because I'm trying to put myself back there, okay, to explain to you what I'm trying to explain. What I felt. It was kind of in the head. It started in the head. But I'm saying that because I feel like it started as a thought. Okay? And then it just kind of was an energy that just kind of flowed down from the head space, more so on this side, from the head space on down. And I sat there and I was like, wow, what is this? And I realized, I said, somebody wants to take themselves out, self-delete, get on up out of here. And it was very powerful, because it was like in the head space. I don't know, maybe somebody out there can, put it, piece it together, why the head space, analyze it, I don't know. Okay. It was almost like just that one thought was all that existed, whatever the thought was that caused it. It's like in that moment in time, that's all that existed, just that one thought, whoever was feeling that. Okay. Nothing else. Like the whole mind was blank, just that one thought, and it flowed. It is just like permeated the person's whole being, almost to the sense of it. Almost you could feel like this energy here. This person is equating. Now they may not have thought about it in the way that I thought about it, because, like I said, I was analyzing it. Okay, it was like equating this thing of self-deletion with non-existence. Obviously, right? It was very powerful. Like I said, like a strong hold. I hope whoever that was able to exercise, like exorcism, when I say exercise, that thing up off of them, because that's what it felt like. Sometimes we be thinking like, people talk about, in spirituality, I don't know, maybe what would you call it, like a thought form, or talk about, like I said, in the church, they may call it a stronghold, the demonic possession, uh, entity attachment, so on and so forth. Okay. The chains that bind. Okay. Um, and the thing is, you could feel like, I could feel like the separation that now whoever was dealing with that may not look at it like that. They would feel like, oh, this is just me. But at the same time, well, and maybe I felt it that way, this way that I'm about to describe, because it wasn't me. It's just like you could feel the separation of this thought from the person. Okay, makes sense. I hope so. All right. I used to talk to Lady Raise me. She'd be like, that's too deep for me. You know what I'm saying? But it's how you talk to her. Okay. And that's what I felt. And so I just, I did what I had to do to, you got to go on up off me. You understand what I'm saying? And it showed me, though, what it showed me, what it taught me in that moment is, wow, is this how people who want to, you know, self-delete, is this what they're feeling? Is this what they feel? Because this shit is powerful. That shit was strong. That was some powerful shit. Okay. And I really hope and pray that whomever that was, that they were set free from that. Okay. I hear sometimes people talk about these things people do, maybe doing to someone, and they, made it through it, but yet that person doesn't have the tools, to free themselves from certain things. But I certainly hope that that person was freed from that. Because it's not the whole act in and of itself, yes, but more so than the act in and of itself, just the whole energy of it, just the thought, and feeling like, how can I say, feeling like there's no other thought, nothing else to attach oneself onto. No other thought, no thought like, okay, this shit is heavy on me right now. This is what I'm feeling right now. But allowing themselves or making themselves think another thought that would raise, one would say, the vibration. Okay. It was like there wasn't anything else. There was no other thought. Okay. It was just darkness. Okay. With that thought. It's pretty powerful. Now, I work on a psychic app. Oh, the reason I was talking about the Reiki thing, that's it. Because when I went on that journey and did all of those holistic things, that was fun. It was enlightening. It was enjoyable. In a way, it was something to do. And I had been wanting to do it ever since then. But I just wasn't feeling it. Although I wanted to do it, but I just wasn't feeling it, so I didn't do it. But recently I started to, one day I was just like, I want to work on my chakras. So I played a root chakra meditation, and I was starting to put together something for myself for the week. And it hit me, why don't you share this with your, members on your YouTube channel, on my other one, on my tarot channel. And that's what I did. So if anybody's over here that watches me, over there or whatever, I put together an 8-week course. It's very light, Okay. Um, I'm no master or anything like that. I don't profess to be. Okay, this is the first week. I just recorded the third video for the week. The first week is just an introductory to the chakras, what they are, so on and so forth, how they are, the role that they play within you know, our lives here, the physical, so on and so forth, mental, emotional, spiritual, et cetera, blockages and all of that type of thing, where they stem from. Videos are probably about maybe 10 to 15 minutes long. Okay. And then after this week, we're moving on into each chakra, these 7 main chakras. So if anybody's watching this, if you'd like to participate, I'd love to have you. It's only I put on my new members. I'm not new members. It's on the members for level 2, which is $4.99. Okay, a month. If you want to take it, come on and take it. This is not me teaching you anything or how to do it. No. Okay. I got a book here that I'm working with. I share it over there on that channel. It's more of a self-healing. It's not you ask me, am I doing it right? Is this right? No, it's none of that. Okay. It's a self-healing thing. All right. So again, if you're interested in, I'm just guiding you. Okay. This is something I was doing for myself. So if you would like to participate, you're more than welcome. Like I said, it's only $4.99. After, if you take it, great. And if you decide that you don't want to be a member after that, you're not obligated nor expected to stay a member. Okay. But I did want to share that. All right. With you. So come on through. Okay. What else? That's that on that note. All right. That's what I meant to talk about with the Reiki thing. I meant to talk about that other thing later on. All right. And did a lot of reading. Okay, out of the book. I didn't want to just get up and fly off the cuff like, I knew it all, because, no. I'm learning, okay? So I have a psychic app that I work on, okay? Now, when these people was doing this, and I know what the hell was really going on, and they was doing this, smear campaign and trying to stop me, okay, from my life, okay, which, no. People will come on there with the BS, okay? I'm hearing the word rotten, okay? And, one time somebody came on there with the bullshit and left this review that was removed. No, that wasn't it. But I have an old YouTube channel. I'll get back to that. When I had my old YouTube channel, these people was doing this shit and I didn't know. One comment a person made was, I don't think you should be doing this. Well, it doesn't matter what you think or what you feel. I didn't know who it was. See, I didn't know people were slandering me all over town and shit. Okay. And people was trying to stop me from doing what I want to do. Okay. But they would come to my psychic app with the same shit. Oh yeah, one person, they did say something about, I think she shouldn't be on here doing this and all this kind of stuff. Okay. Well, whatever. That was removed because I went to the admin about it and it was like, yeah, this is some personal. And the lady even said, she said, this sounds personal. We're not going to keep this up here. And they kept trying it and trying it and trying it. And just about every time, probably not every single time, but just about every time, they would remove it because it was obvious that it was some BS, some bullshit. Okay. So tonight, it comes through again. As a little girl, and I don't care how old you are, honey, with the most ridiculous what you want to say? It wasn't even a question. It was 1,000 questions, something that didn't make sense. And was trying to get me to look at someone's social media, which is not something that we are allowed to do. And even if they didn't have to tell us we're not allowed to do that, it's just like common sense. I'm not going to be doing that. Okay. Now, when you send your people to try to trip me up on the things that I do, especially with that, make sure, like I told the young lady, make sure you read the description before you come through and write out something long and insane and ridiculous. I ain't say that part. Okay. But I'm saying it to you now. All right. 2 to 3 questions max. Okay. I don't know why these people, they think, they want to try and test you and all this kind of stuff. And they do the silliest things, like you're not going to be able to tell that it's them. Now, I do believe Miss Bleeding Z sent you. Okay. This girl just ain't going nowhere. So like I said, when I started my second channel, I didn't right away. Maybe like in March, I started a TikTok, but I ain't do nothing with it. Okay. I like YouTube. But I took that account, okay, and I'm taking clips of my readings on YouTube and putting them on TikTok and Instagram. And just so you know, okay, I have blocked as many of you as I possibly can. Okay, you Bleeding Z for damn sure. And when I looked, I saw, the account is private now. So don't you dare say that you're not watching me. Because you made that shit private as soon as I announced that I saw your dumb, silly shit over there. So don't you dare fucking say, little miss, little girl, that I'm meddling in your affair and blah, 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 blah. I didn't know you did it until I went to block you tonight, because I like I said let me do something with this Instagram over here. I'm gonna put these clips of these videos over here, okay? Share my YouTube channel. So if any of you think you're gonna come over there with that bullshit, I will put this channel up there as well so people can see who and what you are. You can come over there and your fake accounts and all of that kind of thing if you want to try to stump me up, to try to make me look bad, to try to get, because this is all fun and games for you, to make me the subject of your what you want to be a hanging of me. And you don't really know when to stop. But if that's what you choose to do, then just know that will be my course of action, and I will continue to come on here and expose you. The gym dude, whoever. Because one thing's for certain and two for sure, you're not going to think that you just, whatever your little fucking game and narrative was in the first fucking place, think that I'm just going to sit back and let you lie about me like a fucking dog all over town and all over the fucking World Wide Web. when I ain't none of the shit that you and the rest of you all have said. And I know that I'm not, and you know that I'm not. Jealousy is a hell of a drug. Now, I really wanted to get on here last night and talk about something else, but I was so tired last night, I went to sleep. So I'm going to save that topic for another night because it's 10:20. Okay, but that was something I was told needed to be said. Because really, I really don't want to be bothered with none of this shit. I didn't know years ago when I went on about my business that years later, I was going to have to deal with no bullshit like this. But such is life, right? Okay. So you and your little friends, you can keep paying me to make an ass of yourself on my app if you want to. It's helping me pay my fucking bills one way or the other. So for that, I appreciate it. Okay? All right, that's it for the evening. And I hope that you all have a good evening. Peace.